I find the task rather daunting, I'm afraid.
Nothing more daunting or exciting than the blank page.
A classroom with 50 students can be daunting for anyone.
Hey there and welcome. Today, we are going to get to know a fantastic English word that describes a feeling I guarantee we've all had. And by the end of this quick explainer, you're going to be using it like you've known it forever. So, let's start with a feeling that's probably all too familiar. Just think about it for a second. Have you ever looked at a goal, a project, or some big task ahead of you and just felt completely overwhelmed? You know, like you're standing at the bottom of a giant mountain? It's that moment right at the start where you just look up and think, whoa, where do we even begin with this? Well, there is a perfect word in English for that exact feeling, and that word is daunting. It's an incredibly useful adjective, so let's dig in and get a really clear idea of what it means. Okay, so the official dictionary definition is seeming difficult to deal with in anticipation, intimidating. Now, that word anticipation is the absolute key here. It's all about the feeling you have before you even start, just thinking about what's ahead. It feels intimidating. Let's break that down into even simpler terms. When we call something daunting, we're basically saying three things. It feels big, it looks difficult, and yeah, it makes you feel a little nervous. It's that mix of the size of the task and your own emotional reaction to it. Now, here's the most important thing to remember about this word, so listen close. Just because something is daunting, just because it's intimidating, that does not mean it's impossible. And this is the crucial difference. A daunting task only seems really hard, but you know what? With some effort, you can actually do it. An impossible task, on the other hand, well, that can't be done, period. So never confuse the two. Facing those daunting challenges is exactly where we grow. Okay, definitions are one thing, but the best way to really get a feel for a word is to see it in action, out in the wild. So let's look at a few everyday examples of how you can actually use daunting. Does this one sound a little familiar? I bet it does. When you first start learning English, with all the grammar, the vocabulary, the pronunciation, the whole journey can feel very daunting. But hey, look at you now, you're doing it. Or how about this one, public speaking? For so many of us, just the thought of getting up in front of a crowd is daunting. This is a great example because it shows the word isn't just for, physical tasks, but for ideas and feelings too. And here we see it being used for a big, specific project. Organizing an entire conference, that is a huge job with a million little pieces. And notice that phrase, daunting task. It's a really common and useful one you can definitely borrow. A really powerful trick for locking in a new word is to learn its neighbors. Words that mean something similar and words that are the complete opposite. It helps build a whole network of words in your mind. So over on the left, we've got its buddies, the synonyms. Words like intimidating, formidable, or challenging, they all have that same vibe of being big and tough. Then on the right, you've got the opposites. If a task isn't daunting, it might be manageable, encouraging, or maybe even just easy. You can really feel the difference in energy, can't you? All right. Enough theory. It is your turn to actually put this word to work. This is the moment a word stops being something you just know and starts being something you can actually use. Let's go ahead and make this word yours right now. It's super simple, just 2 steps. First, think of a big goal you have. It could be personal, it could be professional, maybe it's running a 5K or finishing a huge project at work. You got it? Okay, now just say this, maybe even out loud. This is a daunting challenge. Yes, that's it. You just did it. By putting a name to that feeling, by calling your goal a daunting challenge, you've used your new word correctly and made it personal. That is how you really learn. Great job. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. You haven't just learned a definition. You've learned how to name a challenge. And when you can name it, you can start to face it. So go on out there, find those big, intimidating, worthwhile goals, and go conquer them.